Hi, Tracy Hugelmeyer here from VintagepreneurUniversity.com, where I help vintage sellers start, grow, and scale their business on Etsy. I also own Rustic Eye, which is my own vintage shop business on Etsy that I've had since 2013. And today I'm going to show you how to make a free image on Canva for Instagram. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to jump behind the screen and I'll see you at canva.com, and also I will link to that in the notes for you so you can find it as well. So here we are at canva.com, and you can do what I'm going to show you today absolutely for free, but I do use the pro version, which is a paid subscription every month. I believe it's like $12 a month. But if you don't have an account, go ahead and sign up for a free account and I will see you on the inside. All right, so here we are inside Canva. And if you want to create any design, you can click here and it'll show you all your different options of canvases to start with. Another quick way to do it is just to type in what you're looking for, which is Instagram. And today we're going to go with an Instagram post, and it tells you the exact perfect pixels, 1080 by 1080 for Instagram. Okay. So as you probably know, that is a square. So you can tell that we're starting from a template that's going to work well in Instagram. So you can easily, of course, upload a photo to Instagram. So we're not going to go with just a blank photo today. What we're going to do is create something a little bit more than that. We're going to create something for our target market that they're going to like, that's going to resonate with them. So if you don't know what I mean by target market, or if you haven't quite figured out who your target market is, I do have a free training to help with that. It's great for brand new Etsy businesses that sell vintage, but it's also great for established vintage shops that may be looking to get a jolt in their sales. Okay? So the first thing you're going to see here are a bunch of templates that you can get started with, or you can completely start with your blank canvas and add your text, your elements, your photos, whatever you want to add on your own. But I like to start with a template a lot of times because these are professionally designed templates, so they're already designed to look good. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't have the ideas to design off the top of my head because I'm not really a designer on my own. So what you want to look for is a free design, unless you want to pay for it, but you'll see the little free button pop up there if you hover over it. If you don't choose a free one, I'll show you what will happen. If you try and download it, it's going to charge you at that point. So for example, this one has one premium image. That flower image there is going to cost you $1. Now, if you switch out just that flower, then you'll be good to go. But you can see what you'd have to pay for if you stick with this template. Okay, but we're going to start with a completely free template. So what we're going to do today is post a quote, something, like I said, that will resonate with your target market. So let's just say you already know that your target market and your brand is very, one of the things that is important to your brand is love always wins. So we're just going to choose that one today. And as you can see, this is completely designed for us, so we can leave it completely like it is and use it, but we want to make it a little bit more personalized for our brand. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, since the background is rainbow and that makes sense for this quote, we're going to leave that. The only thing we're going to do for this, we're going to make it really simple. We're just going to switch up the fonts to match our brand. So let me show you what I mean by that. Anytime you click on a font, it'll tell you what the font name is up in the corner. So you can see this is League Spartan, this love always wins part. And then if I click on love is love, it's this glacial indifference. And down here, it's also the glacial indifference. Now you have the, you have it in all caps at the top and you have lowercase at the bottom, so it looks a little different, but it is the same font. And you also have this in bold. You can see that this is selected. There's a gray box around it. That means the bold is selected. You can unselect that if you want. And this right here is just the font. So it's a big font on its own, and you actually don't have the choice to bold it. Some fonts are already so big that they don't give you the option to bold it. It's probably bolded in and of itself, but you could bold or unbold the down here as well. Okay, so but what I want to show you about this isn't my font, my brand font. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to my brand font. The way I do that is by clicking here, and if I had Canva Pro, which I don't in this demo account, which is the paid version of Canva, you would see your brand options right here. And let me show you what I mean by that. If I go back and click on this Love Always Wins part, and I click the text color, right here you're going to see my brand colors, because the free account allows you to put in brand colors, but it doesn't allow you to put in brand fonts, okay? If you have Canva Pro, you're going to see, just like here, brand colors, you're going to see your brand fonts when you click on the fonts. But since we don't have that, we are just going to pretend like we already know our brand font is this, let's just pick one here. How about Illyrian Heavy? And we're going to change that to Illyrian Heavy, okay? It's not a huge difference, but what a brand font does is it allows you to be recognized. If you think about like the big brands like McDonald's, you can probably already picture their fonts in your mind because you see it so often, and you identify the font, not only what it looks like, but also the colors. When you see it, you automatically know it's McDonald's, right? So same idea here. You want, when somebody looks at something from your business, you want it to be recognizable. You want somebody to be able to look at it and go, oh, that's that looks like Rustic Eye or whatever your business is. So often you have more than one brand font. Usually you have a primary brand font and a complementary brand font. So we'll just pick another one here. And again, we're just kind of winging it because we do not have these set yet. How about that? Sure, that looks good. Illyrian Regular. So we've got Illyrian Heavy and Illyrian Regular. And usually when you have two fonts that are in the same name category, this Illyrian, then they're generally going to look good together. But another little tip is to use the templates if you don't already have your brand fonts picked out, find something that you think looks good and will resonate with your brand, and use the fonts that are already there as a guide to what you could use for your own business. All right. So anyway, we've figured out what our brand fonts are. We're just pretending, and we've changed them up. The other thing that I'm going to do is see if I want to do any color changes for my brand colors. So for example, I'm going to click on this element, which is the outline square. And actually, I'm going to see if maybe there's a different outline that I can add, just to kind of change it up a little bit. So I'll go ahead and go to Elements, and I will click on Shapes, and let's just pretend this is a little too clean cut for me, and I'm just going to stick with a straight up square. So I'm going to get rid of this square, and instead I'm going to add this square. If I click on it, anytime there's a little dot or the little line, you can make adjustments to your shape. So the dots, we can stretch it out. And if we clicked on this, we could make it like into a rectangle, drag it down into a rectangle, for example, or up into a rectangle. But we want to keep it in a square, so we're just going to do the corner and stretch it out to where we want it. And then if I move this around, if you see the little pink lines, that's giving me guides as to when I'm in the middle. When you see a pink line up and down both ways, that tells me I'm right in the middle, and that's exactly where I want to leave it. Okay, now I don't want this color. I'm going to change this to my branded colors. So I still have it selected. If I click on the little color box up here, like I showed you earlier, you're going to be able to change the color to whatever you want. But in this case, I want to use my branded colors. So let's see what looks best. Maybe we're just going to go with black. We'll keep it black. That kind of gives it a little bit of an outline. And then I'm going to switch out one of the colors of the text as well, just to make it kind of pop. So if you can see this, when I'm trying to click on the text, it's just selecting that outside rectangle, which can be super frustrating. But what's happening is the square is the frontmost image, and so it's not allowing me to get to what's behind it. The way that I fix that is just by clicking on position here and moving that backwards. I have it selected. I'm just going to put it backwards so it's out of my way. Not so much backwards that is behind the rainbow there, but doing that will make it so that I can then access the text. Now you can see I can click on the text. Okay, and then let's try making this text, clicking on the text color box here, black as well. All right, looking good. Now it's in some of my font, some of my brand colors. I'm not using my, my other brand colors because I don't want it to clash with the rainbow in this case. Let's see what it looks like if we use, that kind of works. Why not? Maybe we'll switch it up to that color. Give it a little bit more of our personality and our brand. Okay, so there we have it. We have an image that we can use for Instagram. Now, if you want to change what it says, you can do that too. So love is love, love always wins. Let's say you have something you call your peeps. Let's say you call them friends or buddies. You can, put that in to make it a little bit more personal to your brand and speak to them a little bit more. And the last thing that I want to do for this design is I want to add my logo. So I already uploaded it. And this is a fake logo. Because I just made it for another demonstration purpose. It's not my actual logo, but I'm going to show you what this looks like. Now, we made this as a white background, but if you have Canva Pro, you can actually make it transparent. So it would just have the little rectangle and it would show the rainbow behind it all, which would actually be better. But since we're just going with what I have on hand, we're going to leave it like that. It would definitely look better if it was transparent, but that's okay. We'll just leave it and we'll add our little logo. So now that this is definitely speaking to my brand, we're just pretending that this is something that's important to my brand. The message is important. The colors are there. The fonts are there. And now it has my logo as well. Okay, so you can see how you can take something in Canva and make it, tweak it a little bit. It's not hard to do. Just tweak it a little bit in your own brand elements, and then it's perfect for your Instagram. From there, the only thing left to do is download it. So you click on the little download button here, and you can keep the suggested file type, which is PNG, and click on download. And then you'll have it in your files then to upload to Instagram. Another little trick is because Instagram isn't the friendliest thing to use on your PC, your computer, but if you have the Canva app, which is also free and it's easy to download on your phone, then you can access your image from your phone and you can save it to your photos in your phone, which then you can easily put into Instagram from your phone, and you don't have to go onto your computer and try to use the unfriendly Instagram interface on your computer. It's really nice because everything you create in Canva automatically goes to the app and you can download it that way. All right. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video on how to make a post for your Instagram, something a little bit out of the ordinary that's not just a photo that which you can easily upload on Instagram itself. And if you, again, are interested in that free training, I'll link to it in the notes for you. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell as well so you get notified anytime a new video comes out and you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for joining me today and have a great rest of your day. Bye!